Indonesian President Sukarno, the CIA created an adult film in 1958 starring a Sukarno lookalike or an actor wearing a mask. The Soviets had already taped Sukarno cavorting with operatives posing as flight attendants in Moscow. But the delighted Sukarno had just asked for more copies. Ultimately, the CIA didn't release their film, pursuing other covert operations until Indonesian General Suharto seized power. During the Cold War, the CIA distributed over 10 million copies of banned books and magazines inside the Soviet Union. Books like Boris Pasternak's Dr. Zhivago were spread to undermine the government.
The CIA asked the Vatican to secretly hand out copies to thousands of Soviet citizens at the 1958 World's Fair.
In 1959's Project Horizon, the Army, Navy, and Air Force joined forces to study the feasibility of a military research base on the moon. Lunik and Sputnik were the crown jewels of the early Soviet satellite program. Unbeknownst to the Soviet Union, the CIA managed to steal, study, and return the Lunik from an exhibition in 1959. The US's Corona spy satellites managed to take photos of the Middle East and China between 1959 and 1972. Now declassified, the images are used by archaeologists who can track changes over time to important historical sites.
That executive order declassified the existence of the program and all 800,000 images.
The Greenbrier Luxury Resort in West Virginia is the site of a massive underground bunker built in 1959, named Project Greek Island. It was meant to serve as an emergency shelter for Congress during the Cold War. However, it was decommissioned after the Washington Post blew the lid in 1992.
It could function on its own, completely detached from the rest of the world.
Francis Gary Powers, a pilot of the secret U-2 spy plane, was shot down and captured inside the Soviet Union in 1960. At first, American authorities said it had been a weather aircraft, but had to admit the truth just a few days later. In 1959, Cuban revolutionary Fidel Castro overthrew US-backed dictator Fulgencio Batista and assumed power. The CIA tried to assassinate the communist leader hundreds of times. Many of the failures were so public that the Church Committee acknowledged 8 that occurred between 1960 and 1964.